What is good, credit people, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Bobbalam, exposing every leaker, even the one in my house. I know the spider in the corner knows every single secret that I be talking about off camera and off mic. It knows about Cardi and Uzi, who I keep trapped in the basement, chained up against a Hello Kitty bestiality chamber. And we might have found out that Juice WRLD's main leaker of his music, like all of his hundreds of songs, or at least most of them, has got a skeleton closet just like mine. So, in related news, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Juice WRLD main leaker, as I just mentioned, being completely exposed and allegedly retiring. Although he may not actually be retiring like he said, he could be still infiltrating and orchestrating people behind the scenes in the Juice Hub, still executing all of the tomfoolery that he has been all along, stealing people's money, scamming, just being an overall bad person, I guess you would say. So, without further ado, the Juice WRLD leaker exposed. Let's talk about it. Okay, so just to give a little bit of background before we get into the actual post on Leak This, from a friend of the main Juice WRLD leaker, where the dude went in on Googly. And speaking of Googly, if you didn't already know, this is, or was, I guess, the main leaker of Juice WRLD's music behind the scenes, and he actually announced his retirement a couple days ago, or at least an indefinite leave, wherein he might never come back. And as I just mentioned, one of his friends, Baller Davis, is an old friend of Googly, the main leaker that we just discussed, who helped him with a lot of the group buys and private buys. And I normally wouldn't name any names, but they both left the community, so it, feels okay to, I guess, expose the situation in a sense. And plus, y'all deserve the details. But apparently they got into an argument behind the scenes, and Baller Davis was like, you know what, I'm about to expose all the countless occasions of you scamming and in general screwing over hella people in the Juice WRLD community, and also warned the Juice community that Googly might not actually be retiring as he previously stated, so he might be on alt accounts or working with higher ups in the leak community to maintain the process of selling songs, which is very likely. And honestly, I don't think the Juice community really cares, so this is really just an educational video. I'm not going at Googly or Baller Davis or anybody. Y'all do your thing, make your bread however you can, because we all doing illegal shit. I'm butt chugging coffee all day, and I'm pretty sure that's like against Section A of Guatemalan law. But in all seriousness, the reason this is so significant with the scamming of the Juice WRLD leak community is because this dude might have been making this past summer, after Juice WRLD's death, upwards of $30,000 to even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, I don't necessarily think it's that high of a range because he's a middleman, and we'll discuss the details a little bit more, wherein the hackers are most likely making more of the money and he's just cutting off the top. But also, before we get into the actual story, I just want everyone to realize that this should come as no surprise. Like, the hackers and leakers selling music, screwing over the people who are giving them money for their likely full-time income at this point. As people who listen to leaked music and unreleased music, we know it's illegal, we know it's wrong, but we still take the music anyway. So why do we expect anything pleasant coming out of these people who are selling the songs to us? We are just as at fault as they are, as the listeners increasing the demand for the songs and paying them money, incentivizing them to do it even more. And I made this analogy in a previous video on the second channel, actually it was on stream, where leaks are almost like the meat industry. When you look behind the curtain at the cows getting slaughtered and farmed just to be killed and eaten, it looks awful. Like, it makes you sick to your stomach. You don't even want to eat meat at that point. But then when you get, the nice juicy hamburger put on your plate, aka the leaks, you're inhaling that shit in one bite. But again, there's a way more dark process behind the scenes of hacking and leaking and acquiring the music in general that many people just don't even want to turn an eye to, even though they technically know that it's going on. But I guess this happens in every industry, like China, manufacturing, like every single good in sweatshops for like workers who are making $4 per day. But finally, to get into the Leak This post wherein Googly was getting exposed, Baller Davis posts with a thread titled, "The reason Googly is fake retiring." So I guess confirming that he's not actually retiring. He's just getting off of his main account because the block is hot. Likely knowing he's about to get exposed and then people are going to come after him, dox him. I'm pretty sure people already leaked his actual address and full name. There could be legal repercussions, or maybe not, considering again this whole situation is illegal, like buying and leaking songs. So the people he scammed can't really do shit, but Juice WRLD's label can definitely sue him for selling their rightfully owned songs. But getting off his account would probably alleviate all of that, especially if, the account is linked to an IP address and all of that. I'm no FBI agent. That's what the Juice detectives are here for. But to get into the details, Baller Davis continues, since I am actually leaving the leak community, I'll show you who the Juice Hub fearless leader actually is. Not the blue heart spamming kid talking about I love you. This community is the best. We miss you, Jared, on some cringe shit, but the clout chasing racist, moralist, narcissist, fake Muslim, raging toddler, control freak who would scam his own mother to make $20. Don't be fooled, he's not retiring. If you see a random alt selling, it's him. If you see Hub staff selling, it's through him. I'm not totally innocent either. He used my tags in his scams and I got free songs. Tried to talk him out of scamming multiple times, but it is what it is. Lastly, definitions isn't real, brothers. These are just what I know happened, possibly more to some of these, and all off-site. Now, as I mentioned before, Baller Davis and Googly were friends online, and so some of this could be a little emotional, so take it with a grain of salt. However, he does have proof following of, different scams that Googly went through with private purchases of songs, as well as selling edited songs with open verses, as in like the instrumental still plays, so Juice WRLD or another artist was about to put a feature on it, and then they cut it just to make it look like it was a complete song, thus increasing the price. And all of this is technically illegal, like selling and buying leaked songs, so what can we really expect? It's like thinking the dude around the corner selling y'all crack, that he's giving you that A1 steak sauce quality. But I'll get into that a little bit later. Let's get into some of the proof. Wherein Baller Davis specifically says, I can't remember all the songs that he asked me to edit, but it was just to cut an open verse and call it completed, then charge more. Exactly what I just said. And then he gives us some proof of a conversation with Googly in a private Discord DM conversation in which they're discussing editing the song down from like 3 minutes to 2 minutes and 30 seconds or so to again make it look like it was a completed song that Juice WRLD made in the studio, whereas the song wasn't actually finished. And thus this could add at least a few $1,000s in some cases to a private or group purchase. Another conversation heavily incriminates Googly as he quite literally said, yo, can you cut off fire in my lungs and label it as complete to get more money? It's 4 minutes, open from 2 minutes and 5 seconds on. And so in this instance, he's literally cutting out half of the song of 4 minutes. So there was gonna be like maybe 2 verses or a verse and a chorus left, and he just cut it and probably charged way more. And in the business Googly is, I don't think he's necessarily the hacker of any of these Juice WRLD songs from Juice WRLD's affiliates like Ali, Starfire, his label, the people in studios. I think he's a middleman where he pays the hackers to get the song for like a wholesale price, maybe say a couple $1,000s, maybe 5, 10, and then he sells it on a group buy or private buy for even more, and so he makes all of the profit. And by cutting off this song halfway to make it look like it's completed, he'll even double his profit, triple it possibly. And that is why this cutting off and editing of the song is just like a moralless job. And now for the rest of the evidence, y'all can go through it yourself on Leak This. I don't personally want to go over on YouTube because it's giving out some names. Maybe it can like dox people. I don't want to be all responsible for somebody getting injured or hurt in any way, even if it's like digitally. But some of the other stories that Baller Davis was exposing Googly with was selling a song for like $1.5 thousand, and then the same person who bought the song from Googly wants to sell it on a group buy for a little profit, maybe $500 to $1,000, and then Googly doesn't like this because he wants to be the boss, so he leaks it for free, ultimately just fucking over this kid who private bought the song from him. Basically paid $1,500 for a song everybody has now. And this, kids, is why you don't private buy any songs from at least somebody you don't necessarily trust. I know Googly built up a reputation that not everybody knew, but this just goes to show you don't trust anybody on the internet that you haven't had a long-lasting relationship with. Other situations include someone trying to buy a song from a producer on Instagram who works in the studio with Juice WRLD, and then Googly tells that same person that he personally has a song so he can sell it to that person trying to buy, so don't even talk to that one producer that has it apparently, even though Googly doesn't actually have the song. So he hits up that same producer on Instagram, buys the song, and sells it to the same person that was looking for the song in the first place, just so he can be the middleman again and profit off a situation that he was not involved in whatsoever, by charging the original buyer more than what he was going to buy it for from the Instagram producer. And there's countless other pieces of evidence that Baller Davis explicates on this same thread. I don't necessarily want to get into all of it because y'all can read it for yourself, and it's all pretty much the same thing: scamming, lying, being an unnecessary middleman, and just making making profit off of a situation you're not even involved in, and screwing over the person by cutting off an open verse to make it look like a completed song for hella profit when it's not deserved. And Baller Davis at the end says, words of wisdom, stick to group buys and everyone gets what they want. A good summary of what I was saying before. Don't trust people on the internet. Do the group buys that are kind of somewhat backed. I've never participated in one, so I don't know the process completely, but no way in hell is anybody getting my money on the internet if I can't make my money back on it. So hopefully, lesson learned to all these people in this situation. Be careful out here in the lit community hood, because people be scamming out here. So with that, it's your boy Bobbalam signing off, gluing googly eyes on my own face every single stream for the next week while we mourn the retirement of Googly, because we might not be getting any Juice WRLD leaks in a while. Although again, this dude said he's probably not retiring. He's gonna go on alt accounts and, you know, orchestrate through other Juice Hub staff, but we'll see. Let me know in the comments what y'all think of the situation and just private buys and group buys in general. I'm genuinely curious, because again, I've never participated in any of all this. I just wait for the songs to leak on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. Make sure to like and subscribe while you're at it for the latest hip-hop news, drama, and analysis videos, as well as follow me on all my socials in the description and join the Bob Gang if you with it. Peace out, cut it, people. Know what I'm saying?